Львівський муніципальний мистецький центр.
Дуже рада, що ви прийшли і що вона прийшла, теж дуже рада. Рада вітати вас на цій події, нашої доброї знайомої. Але це, зараз я буду говорити дурниці, але оскільки, може, хтось добігає, то хвилину маю поговорити дурниці. Я познайомилася з Камій на резиденції в Іспанії цього року, і коли слухала її презентацію, подумала, що отаке всяке думала. І коли дізналася, що вона їде в Україну на тиждень, то перше, що мені прийшло в голову, клас, нема чого дурно ходити Львовом і пробувати деруни, і там всяке різне експлуатувати. Треба витиснути з неї всі творчі соки і послухати її презентацію. Вибачте, говорю дурниці, але тому відкрились двері і за ці ми чекали тебе, приходь. Так, і тому, одним словом, зараз Камій за себе все сама розкаже, вона художниця і предметна дизайнерка, тому мені, власне, хотілося закликати і друзів, і недрузів, художників, від тих, хто займається предметним дизайном, або ті, хто вчаться, або всяких різних людей, щоб познайомитися з нею і зайвий раз побачитись між собою, бо іншої іноді нагоди між собою побачитись, аніж на кого щось запросити, не виходить. Тому таке. Ми можемо поплескати і почати подію.
Добрий вечір. I'm sorry to don't speak Ukrainian, but soon I will try. I'm really happy to be there, to be in Lviv and invited by Bogdana. It's a pleasure to show my work, and it was a good way also to share friendship. So if it works, yes, it works. So I live and work in Paris. I have I am an artist, but it's a different part of work I will show you. So first of all, it's one about set design flower, but it was not expected work on my life, but I met a woman which were my teacher, and time after time I became a florist and work with her for big events, for fashion and for wedding and for events in Paris. After that, I am also designer. I've been in 2 schools in Paris and in Reims, city close to Paris. And I work in a company for a year, and after I decide to quit and to do it by my own and try to find how to work like that. And this third part is a very more not a showing part, but it takes more and more place in my artistic life. And also when I was in Madrid in a residency where I met Bogdana, Julia, Odd, it's also opened some not window, but some door about my work, and that I didn't was really confident to show and to develop, but now it will go more and more. So this is about my studies, but if some of, I don't know if there is some students, but I start but very fast year to prepare some to apply for art school. And this is the place where I met Marianne, which is the girl who made set flower design. And after I've been to fine art school in Reims, and after in a school of industrial design in Paris called NC. And it was the 2 woman for who I work and give me teach me a lot in Paris. So Marianne, which name of studio is Dingue de Godin, and in French it means crazy, and crazy on the opposite. It's a play of word, but it's her surname, and she plays with her surname because she's a crazy girl.
Godin, it's through names.
Yes,
yeah.
It's true names. And this woman called Constance Guisset, it's a big designer in Paris. She worked for many places as an architect of interior and also furniture designer. So yes, I start about this floral set design. So I work with Marianne, and we work for, this was with her I learned after 10 years how to cut flowers, how to deal with the storage of flower to be fresh, and to construct scenography for events. So this was for a wedding in Turkey, and we work with a local florist, and we were working together. So it's always like we live very close during 1 week, working day and night, and it's really I like this part of my artistic work because it's very more direct creations, and it's not about drawing it, but doing it directly with composition of flower of, and so. We work also on very beautiful space in Paris, and it's a way to also know my city and know my place and the history of this. And it's always more than pleasure, but honor to work on this kind of place. So this is the Opéra Garnier in Paris. And this was for... And so this was a mirror, and it was like a mirror on a wood, and it's moved around, so we can see the dress. What? The dress in front and behind. It turns around the dress, but just with no no technology, just like this. This was in the castle of Chambord. It's an old castle in France of king, and very famous one. And yes, and this was the wedding in Turkey. And so now about more my own practice of designer. This was when I was in company, and it's just to show of how we work. A French company asked us to draw a soap dish where they can put their handmade soap, one shampoo and one for the body, one over the other. And we work with craftsman ceramics. So we draw different shape and understand how it was work about details and how can this object can stay. Sorry for my English, but can like this part won't fall on this part, and it was about millimeters how to yes. And after I was really happy to draw for a church in Paris, a candle holder, and I've been to the place, understand how people pray, how many candles they put, how the people who clean the objects do it, so it's easier. And so we imagine an object that can be open and closed, so they can move it on the church, and they can choose if they want to put for this big candle or the little one. And this for company design, and this is more about this is a student project, and this was a mirror that you have to hairdress to see your face, so you can change every day the hair. And this was a diploma project about notes, and that notes is a very old handcraft, old handcraft, and it disappeared with industry because it's very complicated for a machine to do these notes. And I want by this project to show how notes is not only beautiful, is not only decorative, but it's also something strong, and it could be objects. So I draw. It's how I work. I draw and then make some samples to understand what it's possible. And so I make like come in, come out to understand. And then I imagine this, I don't get the word in French, but it's to have a table. You put...
Як у нас дома. Дві і потім дошка.
Tréteau. In French it's tréteau.
Tréteau, так. Як архітект, для стиль архітект, вони мають дві і потім дошка. Як називається це дві? Ножки такі, так.
And this is only with knots, so you can, if one day the object is not used, you can just take off the knots and keep back the material. So that was... And this was for, it's a 3D image. It was for Tectona. It's a brand in France for outdoor furniture. And the idea was to draw a table for a famous place in France called Table Nuage, and it's a castle built in the beginning of the 20th century. And this castle has been built on ancient church. And so the idea of this table is to talk about the history of this place, of a modern construction over an ancient buildings. Arc. So for research, I make a lot of drawings about what is a table. Table is one top and 2 feet, and if the feet is cross, if the feet is bent, if the feet is, it was to open all the possibilities and to understand that there is not only one answer, but a lot of them. And then I choose the one like a church, and it's just to show 1 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, 1, 2 top, or yes, it's how my mind. Yes, so it was a sample, and this was one part of in one in scale, one normal scale. Yes, it was. I made part of the table in yes, to show it.
En petite mesure.
No, it was the real scale, but only the feet to show.
Yeah.
And one day I will make it all table. And this is not furniture design, but more about label design of of bottles and label. When there is a bottle, there is some. Maybe it's not label. Label. Yes, I see. Ivan don't understand.
Like packaging, but
yes, packaging. Yes, and this is a woman I met during my studies, and she take back the production of his father of making wine, but she transformed it because she lose her mother because of the products we put on the grapes. Chemical products, so she wants to change everything to make it natural, and she wants to talk about this on the how she made this wine. She wants to talk about this on the packaging. So we met, and then she asked me, "Can you do it for me? Can you talk about this story?" And so we search. She tell me stories, and I draw. We were together, and so it was about searching. And then we. This is a champagne bottle. There are two types of champagne, and it's. The story is that it's always different lengths, and all lengths get a particular work on this land because of the weather. She changed every time how she work on each little length of her production. Yes, so this was the bottom. And this is a video, but it was for a very specific year. She made special champagne, and I paint each etiquette labels 1,000 like this for very special. And then like a paintings, I put number on the paintings. So everybody gets his own paintings. Yes, and this was for 1 year and second year, and this is not champagne, this is wine, and it talk about a lot of, because it's a very alive wine when you try it, taste it. So it talk about this, about the energy she put on the wine and that you can feel in. And the idea was 1 drawings in 1 year, and then we go on the drawing, so it's like a zoom, but it's another one, but it's like a zoom. And this is, I'm sorry for the French name, but this is also a diploma project, but I continue, and it takes time to make it in real life, but one day. So it's a project about a way to use the waste of the cutting woods in the city, like in the city for security, but also for beautiful city and for a lot of reasons. We have to cut the trees, and during my studies, I follow people who cut those trees and understand how they work. And I understand that there is a lot of waste of wood, and that we don't use them, we just put it away. And the project was how to use this natural material that is produced every year in a huge yes, Chakuyu. So this is the man who cut the trees, and I spend 3 months to take photo of them, follow them everywhere. I was a very good friend. So yes, it's against accidents. It's to see the city language. and like it's before and after cutting. It's a little bit hurt, but also
It's necessary.
it's we have to do it.
Have the same as in Ukraine.
Yes, I think it.
While cutting.
Yes. And so in every each time when they cut the trees directly on the place, they shredded it to make it easier to go back to the workshop. And so at the end, the material is shredded wood. And so this is approximative weight of each weight. It's 100,000 tons each year of shredded wood. So what can we do? And so I start design work. Like first I observe the material. Then I try to, because it's wood, I imagine, okay, maybe the best solution is to burn it. When I get this idea, I say, okay, what gives the shape of the flame? And could we play on the shape of the flame? So I start by doing maybe strange things, but to understand what can we do with this. So I start with matches, that maybe with sculpture of matches we can make a shape of fire. So I say, yes, it's a little bit, but it wasn't so... Yes, it was experience. And after that, I've been to... I'm sorry if you don't understand every link, but it's like the way to research in design, to go in territory you don't know, to understand the material, the things we can do or not do. And so I've been to an industry where men transform the shredded wood in compressed log. And this compressed log is to put in fire and to heat your house.
Like pallets.
To what?
Pallets.
Yes, pallets, yes. And when I see this way to transform the material, I say, why do we reproduce the same shape than a natural log, like we do the same, and that maybe with this material we can, like a cake, give another shape and play with this shape. So it's just to show about the compression. It's yes, but it's very just to understand how it works. And so I start to imagine that maybe the shape will give the shape of the fire, and that maybe it will give. It will make some show of fire. So I start to, like, it was the Olympic Games in Paris, so I start to make it like a coupe.
Yes.
Comment on dit une coupe? Smaller skip. And then what's next? Yes. Also, I try to understand how to make a good fire, and to make a good fire without a lot of emission, because I want to make this fire for city. So there is a lot of information. And the best way is to start the fire from the top and not from the bottom, because from the top, the place where you put fire goes slowly in temperature, and when it's the higher temperature is done, all the wood take fire directly, and there is not a bad emission. So the best way is to put fire on the top. And so I take all the conditions I want to put to draw a good log with compressed wood. So I need time, I need a good visual effect. I want also a good way for air, because there is no fire if there is no air. And to light it by the top. And so I start many drawings, many. Yes. And I do all the drawings in samples. And I need to do it twice because I burn everything. And to keep them, I make it 1, 2. I keep one and burn the other one. Yes. And so it was like, okay, maybe it's a crown of matches, and I put fire off the crown, and after some shredded wood will take fire, and after the compressed log, maybe it could be like special matches which burn like, yes, and after the compressed log, maybe it could be another kind of cope. And at the end, this is 3 drawings, 3 shapes of logs. And this is not, this is fake one, but you don't know it. And this is true one. And so I burned the first one. I didn't burn the other one. But this one, it's look like Tower of Babel. And it's different parts. You can put 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the middle, there is a chimney. And so the air goes through and go up. And in each door, the flame they lick the wall. They make like vortex of fire. So it make a show of fire. And this one, the idea was to make like a candle holder. So you can, it depends of your fireplace, and you can draw it by your own and put this starter on the top like candle, and you put fire. And this one is to make it easier when you produce it, because it's not in a mold, but in a I don't get the word. I'm sorry. If you have questions after, you can ask some questions. Yes, and it's a little video if you want to see.
Yes, sure.
But yes, it was the first burn. And now I work to develop this, yes, and to make it industrial reality. So it starts from the top, and then the fire go down, down, down. And yes, it's not. Yes, I'm just.
How many you totally made those structures?
How many starters?
Yeah, structures you made.
I made 3. I burned 2. I keep 1.
But in general, all the structures did you make during your studies?
Before,
structures like that, how many?
On like in the photo where you see all,
yes, yes.
I don't count them.
And how customizable are those shapes?
It's difficult because the industry don't. You have to make mold in metal, in not in metal, in comment tu dis métal en anglais?
Metal, żelazny.
In metal, yes.
And then you just press it in.
Yes.
And just proposed that it would be nice to have a model of Kremlin.
Yes, yes. If you want, I can make it. It could be a nice idea.
I thought that it could be could be done if you don't like form the whole structure at once, but rather use some construction elements like Lego bricks.
Yes, and build
to construct different structures.
Yes, yes. It's a nice idea. So we can make a lot of different buildings that we want to burn.
No, I mean like it's about like making one metal.
Yes, yes.
But having the ability to put it together to get a variety of different structures and.
Yes. Yes.
How long it took the whole process from the like the start, the beginning, when you thought about this question, and how actually did you thought about that when you started? I remember that you said that you were walking on the streets and looking on how the trees are like. How long did it took from the beginning till the final, like?
Until this video, it takes 6 months.
Oh.
But maybe a little bit more, because the time with the men who cut the trees, it was a little bit before. So I think maybe 9 months, yes. The whole year of...
Like, totally your idea? Or?
Yes, yes. Yes. And after that, I presented in the south of France in a totally other ambience, but yes. And now I make a residency to find other shape also, but maybe Lego should be the last one. Yes. And after it's for the presentation, it's totally different. You will see. This is just the last project about theater in France, very famous one, in not in Paris, but really close to Paris. And this is a competition that we lose, but we continue the competition in another way, because what we start to do with 2 other girls that we decide to work together, we want to continue this project. So the theater ask, because they renovate a part of the theater, they ask to imagine the scenography of the entrance in the theater, and there is a different part of this theater, somewhere to wait before representation, place for a restaurant, it's a live place. And so this was the drawings we sent just to say, hey, we want to work for this competition, and they selected our profile. So the idea was to make in this, it's a very, very big place with a lot of window and no walls. So we want to create little spaces where people will be together and will feel good on this place. And so this is a view of all the area we draw, and all the project was to draw with only second-hand material, and the most the star of the project was a window. So this is a window in a shape of dots of water, and this is very famous buildings in close to Paris and really close to this theater. And this is all the buildings from 1970, and they renovate them all because it's all windows. So they change all the windows, and we asked to take back all the windows, and with these windows make some table. And it will be all the restaurants with this window. But because we lose the competition, it won't exist, but we continue the project and we present this table next week in Paris. And we want to find some financial support to to give value to this part of history, because it's those buildings are they are protected by history patrimony. Yes. So, and also we built a collective of designer and architect to imagine other possibility with this window. And so now we need money, but we will find it. So yes, and after it's just a few photos about like, because I show you different part of my artistic work, but all this is linked by a way to go in place and collect things, understand the work of people, and so I collect a lot. And I made a lot of this kind of image to start projects to understand the color, the material, yes, and also by drawings. And some I can't explain. I love food. And yes, and after this is just about drawings and paintings, but it's a very part that I don't already get lots of words to explain, but I always draw everywhere I go, and it's a way for me to understand the place where I am, and to take time also to take back reality with me, and not to just take a lot of photos, and also to play with reality, because I can change. It's a place where I can don't say the truth. Where I can change colors. I can, but also give the emotion of this place with this. And I forget to put paintings I made on Catena, but yes.
It was the first photo.
Yes, it was the first photo. Yes, it was this one. And this work was about a place that I don't get photos, but I get a clear vision of light and of the space in my mind, and I try to translate it with painting to reproduce this place I know so much, but I don't get photos. So it was children room. But there is, yes. And this was last residency. This is in the forest. And Jakoyu.
How did you discover that you can make such a fascinating things, like about all of them? Was it in a childhood? That how did you start to make all of this, and how did you develop those skills to like, I don't know, create from the things in reality such wonderful things?
Oh, thank you. I think I don't grow up in an artistic family, but we were a lot of children, and it was always something I like to. I like to get some. I always go in every part of the house to understand what I can take, what I can build, and so I always do things with my hand. But yes, and at school it was not so easy for me because I was not so. I understand that I was not going on the same way that everybody, and when I have to choose studies, I don't feel confident to go in traditional studies about architecture or engineer or something like this. So I asked to my parents if I can do 1 year to discover artistic studies, and there I met Marianne, and she became like kind of mentor. And I understand that there is so much different tools to express things, and yes, I think it started like this, but yes, just like this. Yes.
Yeah, I also have one more question, but it is like a question to think about. Maybe you have like one or a few tips for that we can that all of us can do. For example, when we will return to our homes, what creative things we can do to look at our homes, for example, or our usual reality by like new eyes. Maybe you have some
words, burn something.
I think at first it depends of which medium you like. But if it's writing, if it's taking photos, I think take time to understand what is around us. And collection is about this. Like you go in forest or you go to your parents, just. Find a way to take time. There is a very good writer in France. He lost all his family, and because this was a drama, he forgot everything, and he gets a very particular way to write, and it was about a list of things. He sit on a coffee and then describe everything. Like, okay, birth number 93, go to this and to this. This grandma take a salad, and he writes like drawings, things. And I think you can find your game to read about your environment, if it's drawing, if it's talking to your phone, or yes. And after, just try. Thank you.
I want to ask. When you were talking, I had a feeling that you in order to create, you give yourself a lot of time. And I wanted to ask, how do you act? How do you, create, or when there is no time and when you are under pressure? I don't know. I just wonder if you skip these possibilities when you have to, or you can do something, but you're under pressure. Or you take this possibility, but I don't know, how does this creative process then?
I'm always late. And yes, I always wait the last minute to start things, but I know now I feel confident with this, but at first I don't feel confident at all with this. But I know that in artistic way you need time not that you are not, it's not about doing anything, but you take so many informations about visiting museum, visiting people, drawing, and it seems that you do nothing, but the idea, for the project of compressed log, it takes, at the moment when the idea arrived, everything go really fast, because there is this time before which is very long, and you don't, and I think it's about accept that you don't know where it's go, and it could be afraid, but you know that if you stay up, looking at things, if you continue to be active, at the end something arrives. But yes, I think artists are always late and do things at the end with a lot of pressure, with a deadline. And also it's important to have deadline, because it's go over you. Like you need also, because if there is not this deadline, you continue just and you never write. Yes, but Bogdan you know.
Maybe I can say something because I don't know a lot of Camille, but I see that she's always working. She takes working. A notebook and notebook sketch, and she draw. I don't know, but I see that you are always in the way of creation. Yeah. And and it's a lot of exercise, you know. And I think that you need a ritual in all the way of our life to work. Because the inspiration no go, but I think that the inspiration go when you are in act, in working.
I have a question about the I don't know, is it the word in English? Realization of projects. But is community important in how you feel? Is creative community important in all this process? And how? One small story. It could be maybe sometimes difficult in Ukraine to imagine some creative project, and now you begin to find where I must print it, where I will take it, how I begin to connect with that man with trees, and not come in at the evening to the police while you staring that man from the state, some state organization. And is it important to have this mentorship or this connection with academia or school, to have this possibility to print this all? Because drawing, it's your own part. You can make it at home, all this crazy idea. But when you need to begin this realization, how you find this someone who will print it, who will give you the okay.
Not easy question. There is a lot of from the school. I get a lot of friends in this artistic group, and Paris is like Lviv. It's a small village, so everybody give tips for everything. And after, I think it's not always easy to find people who trust in you, but if you show your work, if they get interest, they will follow you. If they don't, you skip and you choose another one. But I also really like it because you always make some new not friends, but you discover every time some new work, some new people, and it's not, if you are shy, it's a complicated work, I think, because you always need to ask help. We cannot do it on your own. Just draw.
I have a question. You are finished? Theater film? I have a question because you said in the beginning that you're meeting with two mentors,
yes.
Like maestro.
Yes.
Why it's very important for you and for the creative way to meeting with these people. It's not so easy, but after it's not so easy to follow these people, because I remember that one priest said that it's not easy. It's more easy to find some maestro, like mentor, but it's very difficult to meet some people who follow, you know. And for that, for me, it's very interesting. Why it's very important for your life to have this point of view and to follow these people, this woman.
I think there is only Marianne.
Marianne, yeah.
Constance, it was my manager, but she also teach me a lot. But it's not the same relation. Marianne is like because it was not something I. At first she asked me to come with her and to work with her, but I was not in my mind. It was not planification about working with flowers, and I learned years after years, and it continued that yes, I know I get already things, and she gives me confidence on this. But it's so important for me to come to understand her vision, and maybe I will never have all the keys, but I don't. I think it's not. I do it also because I need to express things, but also because I am proud to show to her things, and because I learn it from her. So this relation, it's like I grew up through her and by her eyes, and I don't know. It's a good answer. It's not easy to tell, but yes.
No, this is good. Yes.
And I always, when I have doubt, I know that when she say yes, it's a yes. And when she say it's not good, it's not good. And I know it's not about judgment, it's about it's truth, but not yes. And she will tell me when it's not good. So I know that I can ask to her, and she will be in truth with me. So not so bad.
You just mentioned it about receiving some kind of negative feedback, like when you do something and someone which you not like adore but someone meaningful says that it's like be better, you know? So how do you cope with this? Do you have any like tricks, any schemes, any advices perhaps? It's pretty hard for people of artistic nature to accept that they actually can fail, but the process of getting somewhere has failed. Well, it's like an essential part of the process.
Yes.
And what do you do for these failures? Couldn't stop you?
I think it's not easy to take it, but as you say, it's part of process. And if you don't try, you will not make mistake. And if you don't make mistake, it's because you don't try. And for sure, it won't be perfect. But how to say that you finish a paintings, it could be always better. And I think there is something like about this, like you will never, it will never be perfect. So it's very important to hear about how it could be better, and don't take it, it's not because it's bad, it's because there is things that you don't see because you are in the process, and people from outside could see other things. So that's also we have to talk, we have to present. I was with Julia today and she invited me to her workshop, and it's important to show, understand what people see, what they find it's better or not. And it's not about it's good or it's not good, it's about what people see, but their own story, I think. And when they talk about, when they tell you about your work, then they talk about them. So I think you have to not take it at first emotion, like, it's bad, I make a mistake, but...
Well, I could actually rephrase the question is, do you associate your work, things that you do, like the drawings, your objects, with yourself? Are they like essential part of you, of your like in the world? And when someone like draws it, when someone says like it's beautiful, it's fantastic, you also like person hears that like it's a compliment to his it's a compliment to person. We're talking about like something that person did, and vice versa. When someone tells that this object is so could be better, then the one who created that object applies that to him or herself, so do you detach yourself from your work, or you stay attached to them?
I think it depends of what kind of work.
Like talking about objects of those first thoughts.
I think object is a little bit, it's more out of me. I am more sensitive about the research process than the final. I think the final production, it's a proposition, but it could be so many other. So there is not only one possibility. So I think the end. It's I am proud of it or not, but I don't feel so attached like paintings, or because there is only one piece. I think yes.
Дякую, що прийшли, і дякую, Каміль.
Дякую, Богдан.